Hello everybody, good afternoon. Welcome to this midweek game between ALVARK Tokyo and Yokohama B-CORSAIRS in the Japanese B.LEAGUE. Here in the Toyota Arena, Tokyo, fans still filing in as we get ready to tip things off between a couple of teams that have had some different experiences of late. Yokohama just had a great week and win a couple of games against Ibaraki Robots, although they were really poor in the first game, but somehow won the game. You can see that they are now 8th, and ALVARK Tokyo, meanwhile, up above them, but really struggling after losing 4 consecutive games and looking to put things right here against Yokohama. And with new man Frank Kaminsky in tow, of course a big star in college basketball. Wisconsin, played several years in the NBA, then came to Europe, played with Partizan Belgrade. Now here he is in Japan and a part of this ALVARK Tokyo lineup, which has plenty of exciting players, and none more so than Seba Scythe, who we know is going to be at the All-Star game. Frank Kaminsky, as we look at his numbers, 2.13 meters in height, and again his experience in the NBA, several years, and his numbers. So there he is, Frank Kaminsky. Had some solid seasons in the league. You can't play forever in the league. Everybody knows that. And here he is now doing what a lot of other great players are doing of late. They're all coming to Japan, or many of them are. So Yokohama, you can see their last couple, they have really pulled the rabbit out of the hat to win that one against Ibaraki Robots, and they came out stronger in the next game. Say Ando, Damian Inglis, Taniguchi, Gary Clark, terrific for them, especially in that first game against Ibaraki Robots. And Lassi Tuovi, the coach, assisted by Yuka Toila, and both Finns. Of course, famous is Lassi Tuovi because he's kind of risen through the ranks of what as well in international basketball, having been Henrik Detman's assistant coach, then been promoted several years ago to take the helm of Finland's national team. Hirohara, Udatsu, and Abe all with the jobs of refereeing today's game.
And now the starting five for Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Number 3, Seiya Ando. Number 4,
Seiya Ando also had a great performance in that come-from-behind win against Ibaraki when it seemed like all hope was lost for them. But they're going to start with Seiya Ando, Inglis, Kentamori, the captain, Tarjuski, and Koyasudo. It was a little anonymous in that win, that first win against Ibaraki Robots. But they did bounce back, as I said, and played much better in the second game and completed the 2-game sweep of Ibaraki with a 92-77 win. And again, Seiya Ando, looking at his numbers and having he was the big signing really for this team from last summer, or from last season. again playing in the Asian qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. So getting noticed for his performances, and we'll see where that lands him down the road, but maybe he'll get selected again. Japan winning 2 games against Chinese Taipei or Taiwan. Okay, the roster for ALVARK Tokyo, coached by former Lithuanian national team coach Danis Adomaitis, Okura, Nakamura, Shuto Ando, Zach Baranski, Seba Scythe, Kikuchi, Marcus Foster in this team now, seasoned campaigner from many years in the Basketball Champions League. Saw him play some big games for Halon. Jin Hiraiwa, Ryan Rossiter, Fukuzawa, Kaminsky. A lot of eyes on him, and we'll see. I want to say if he lives up to the hype, but just a lot of I think expectation in Tokyo that Frank Kaminsky can help this team reach a new level. Starting 5 will be Okura, Foster, Rossiter, Kaminsky, and Osakabe. Soto Okura averaging 4.5 points per game, 1.85 meters in height, 26 years of age. So it is a veteran-ish team that this Tokyo team has. And then you have the size and the shooting ability and the aggression of Kaminsky added to this team. There's the exciting Osakabe as well. Osakabe averaging 2.4 rebounds and 2.7 assists along with his 5.9 points per game, but he plays a lot of minutes, and a lot of that is his intensity on defense. Seba Scythe, without a doubt, I would say again, he and Rossiter, the two main guys, 17 points, 8.1 rebounds per game for Seba Scythe, so he's coming off the bench, and Ryan Rossiter, 8.4 points, 10.8 rebounds, 4.8 assists. So he is a versatile, multifaceted player, Ryan Rossiter, always has been, and really does help his team. So again, you see the starting lineups: Kaminsky, Rossiter, Foster, Osakabe, and Okura for ALVARK Tokyo. And say Ando, Koyasudo. You've got Kentomori, Damian Inglis, and Tarjuski also in that starting 5 for Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. What's one of the great things about being a basketball player like Frank Kaminsky is that you've been able to play the game you love at the highest level in the NBA, in Europe, and now he gets to travel again. You know, it's a life-enriching experience to be able to go abroad and to play in so many different experience, so many different cultures, but also to play in different leagues. Obviously, the bright lights of the NBA attract everybody, but there's basketball played all over, and he has now come to one of the most popular leagues in the world, the B.LEAGUE. We're underway. Yokohama B-CORSAIRS against ALVARK Tokyo in the B.LEAGUE today here in the capital. Damian Inglis catches it down low with a little turnaround and misses, and Rossiter collects the first of what promises to be many rebounds for him. Osakabe gets up his first three, and it's in. English to the corner. Sudo off the back of the cup. Say, Ando, you got it. Well, he's got All-Star written all over him, doesn't he? Really a huge, significant coup to get Seiya Ando in this Yokohama B-CORSAIRS team, and much is expected of the Japan International by Lassie Tuovu. Foster. They battle away for the basketball. Foster gets it back over to Kaminsky. Kaminsky is going to get the fans on their feet immediately with a three-pointer. No hesitation whatsoever to put that one up, and he shows the quality immediately. Seiya Ando knocks down a three-pointer. I remember meeting Frank Kaminsky at the Basketball Without Borders in Serbia, and his dad was there. And the one thing that I drew from that was they are big-time Chicago White Sox fans, not Cubs. So something they take very seriously. There is a blocking foul on Sudo. Of course, lots of probably fans of that sport in Japan as well. It's such a great sporting nation, Japan, and it's just rising. Really, the level of both basketball, both in terms of professional league, baseball, but also in terms of the quality of the basketball player and the way they play. It's also reflected in the play of the national team, although they did come off a disappointing Asia Cup this summer. Here's Foster. But you can't be great every year. Here's Foster knocking it down. Nope, it's short. But another rebound for Rossiter. And again, Kaminsky gets it to the corner. Three-point shot. Okura missing that one. Inglis. That's short. Doesn't feel like we've seen the best of Damien Inglis of late, the French international. Here they are passing it around. Foster bounce pass to Rossiter, no look pass, and coming in from the corner and missing the easy one. Well, it was beautifully set up. Inglis in the paint, back outside. And how about that shifty move from Seiya Ando? Kaminsky again, and this time a little short. Inglis saves it in bounds. Inglis, I think that might have been a lob, and Tarjewski didn't go up for it. He just brought it down, but Seiya Ando, well, he started slow over the weekend against Ibaraki Robots and then picked it up late, but today he's not wasting any time. He's got it going quickly. Rossiter turns it over, and look at Tarjewski get up ahead and jam it home, and Adomaitis has to call a timeout as already ALVARK looking a little shaky, especially at the offensive end, but also worryingly not getting back on defense. They've got two guys, and Tarjewski just runs right down the middle of the court. Osakabe doesn't come over to stop him. Nobody does. That was a very poor retreat on defense by ALVARK Tokyo. Here's one of the threes from Seiya Ando. Here's the other one. here he is getting his 2. And just far too easy for him, for a player of that quality to get those types of looks. And you would think that hard words will be said in the huddle. He had 13 points against Ibaraki in Yokohama's big win, the second game. English did actually play well in that game as well. He had 18, and then there's 16 for Gary Clark, 12 for Tarjuski, and 10 for Kiefer Ravena, who's going to be playing for the Asian All-Stars. Sabasai biding his time, and interesting, you know, with the incorporation of Kaminsky, how this impacts Saba's size, how Adamitis wants to use him. Definitely a difficult time now for ALVARK Tokyo. Kaminsky missing it from a long way. Ando again. Damian Inglis. So Kaminsky is going to sit down for the first time. And Hiraiwa comes in to replace him. So they'll save his size. Turnaround Inglis. Three-point shot from Foster, not there. There is another opportunity blown for ALVARK Tokyo. Ball goes out of bounds. Kai King also in the game. Had huge plays in the win over Ibaraki. Here's Sudo. Nice movement. ALVARK Tokyo needing a shot of espresso to wake up here. They are on the back foot. Another missed 3. The lead is 9 for Yokohama, and it might just grow as Seiya Ando, lost it, got it back. And the reach and the foul has been called on substitute Nakamura. Inglis takes it in, puts it up, and scores. And with some of the better players on the court now, with Clark for Yokohama, they've got a real opportunity to build this cushion even more. But that was a beautiful drive right down the lane by number 9 for ALVARK Tokyo, Ando. So Shuto Ando coming to the fore. Ooh. And Hiraiwa, there's a bump, there's no call, now quickly the other way, bounce pass! And Shuto Ando with his second consecutive make, driving to the basket, this time on a fast break. And now Inglis is having a go at the ref. He's like, why didn't you call foul on the previous contact on our last possession? Hiraiwa commits the foul, stops the break, and goes out. And Kaminsky coming back into the game. Nice play, Kai King, but couldn't quite finish it off, and swooping in for the rebound, Frank the Tank. Here's Kaminsky, well rested. Now Clark pulls up at the stripe, and the lead goes back to 9. 31 years of age. Quite a weapon to come from the bench. And there is a bump and the foul on Kenta Mori. Kiefer Avena coming into the game for Yokohama. Brings a little bit of explosiveness on the offensive end. Well, the pass intended for Shuto Ando, but good alert play by Matsuzaki, who's come into the game. Hiroki Matsuzaki got there just in the nick of time to knock it out of bounds. Oh, a little bit out of control, and traveling is the call. So Tokyo's struggles continue here. They're looking very much right now like a team that has lost 4 consecutive games. They have had a difficult season. Remember, they lost their first 4 league games of the season. Of course, it was against really good teams, but it kind of set the tone for a difficult campaign. They did bounce back, went on a long winning streak, but again, now they've dipped again. Kiefer Avena, Tarzuski battles. Kenta Mori gets it back. Here's Kenta Mori, drives in, and the foul called, so going to the free throw line. So Fukuzawa just almost immediately after coming into the game commits that foul. Just 10 points so far for ALVARK Tokyo. And this is the first. ALVARK they've come in averaging 76.3 points per game. So you expect them to pick it up a little bit. And Gary Clark thought that was going to be his. Oh, looks like that ball might have gone off of Baranski. The referee was right there to make the call, so saw something different. Baranski guarded closely out on the perimeter, gets it down low, and great catch and shot for Ando. And of the baskets that he scored, that's probably the more impressive because he was still able to get it up and under despite being surrounded by defenders. And that is a turnover for Matsuzaki. Looked like he tried to score before he had possession, took his eye off the ball. And we know in the B-League, in basketball in general, you can build a lead, but if you don't continue to extend that lead, to step on the throat of the opponent, if you start missing free throws and start to turn the basketball over, then that can spell disaster. There's a foul on the perimeter. And again, Yokohama with fouls to give. Ando coming back into the game. So Mori goes out. Here's Baranski. Ando. Wow. Talk about the MVP for ALVARK Tokyo today. Excuse me, that was Nakamura coming around and driving in with the layup is 19-14. Yokohama in need of a bucket. The momentum definitely swinging to ALVARK Tokyo. Ando steps back and misses everything. Great extension, great finish. Fukuzawa on the dribble, guarded by Ravena. Yokohama can still commit a foul if they wanted. They do not. Now Ravena has it. He's got time. Goes up and misses the layup right at the end. It was kind of, had to contort his body. Wasn't the most comfortable of attempts. Probably one he should have made. 19-14, Yokohama B-CORSAIRS on top of ALVARK Tokyo at the end of one. So 11 points for Ando, doing the bulk of the scoring for Yokohama. Somebody else needs to step up, be it Clark, be it Inglis, possibly Pseudo. So far we've seen Kaminsky operate outside. Let's see if he might go down low. Sakabi back in the game. He's got it. He drives, kicks it outside. Foster gets it. Sakabi drives in, banks it in. Tough drive. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-point lead for Yokohama. The wind definitely out of their sails. Damian Inglis just doesn't look like the same player right now. It's a good job by Foster not to turn it over after that bump. And then Osakabe finishing. And that's where ALVARK have had most of their success, driving to the basket. Here's Inglis with a little turnaround. So the drought continues for Yokohama. They were up 19-10. Now the turnover. Good job knocking it away by Kiefer Ravena. Tarjewski And Tarczewski gets the assist as Ravena lays it up and in. Excellent work at both ends of the floor from Kiefer Ravena, Philippines national team star. And Nakamura again, this time misses with the left hand. Inglis gets rid of it. Three-pointer from the wing is good. Are they going to count it? And it looks like they are not going to count it. So there's the foul. They call a foul in Inglis. I'll tell you what, that's about as weak a call as it gets. I can't believe they've called that in the first place. Gosh, if you're going to be pulling your hair out watching the replay of that one if you're Lassie Tuovi. So the referees now, I think, are going to discuss whether or not he took the shot before, and they agree no, and that is a break for ALVARK Tokyo. And what's unusual to me is that we see a lot of physicality in the game that's not called. He clearly tries to stop. To me, it's just weak. You know, maybe to balance it out, if they'd counted the basket, then it maybe wouldn't seem so bad. Here's Marcus Foster. Can ALVARK take advantage? Kaminsky gets it back outside. Now he rolls. Osakabi. My goodness, he has been on fire today. His second three-pointer. He's got 8 points. Lassie Tuovi calls a timeout. Again, this is when a player is feeling confident. When he takes a shot like this, doesn't look to give it up. See the shooting numbers from today. Feels like with Yokohama, we see just a roller coaster. Every game they play, they have spells where they execute, make shots, and then they just have a drought. (21-19), Yokohama clinging now to a 2-point lead here early in the second quarter. Ravena throws the lob. Oh my goodness! Tarczewski, but what a beautiful alley-oop pass from Kiefer Ravena. Well, Kiefer Ravena is certainly waking up. He's made a big play on defense. He's hustled down to finish a fast break, and now he's thrown a beautiful lob to Tarczewski. Driving, Okura missing. Trying to play a little bit of bully ball with Kiefer Ravena. It didn't work. There's Ravena again. Inglis gets it to the corner. The three-point shot is good. Oh boy, Ando, 14 points already, and Yokohama, who were clinging to a 2-point lead, suddenly you're up by 7. Osakabi back to Rossiter, wide open, and he buries the three-pointer. The game's starting to pick up a little bit offensively. Fans starting to see the ball go in the hoop. Ando again, well short. Spoke too soon. Marcus Foster going behind the back. Nice little wrap around. It goes back outside. Wide open, Kaminsky. Rossiter with the rebound. And Rossiter now with 5 points, quick points. And once again, the lead goes back to 2. Ravena keeps it and just read the defense beautifully. Took it all the way in for the layup. Seen both teams have a lot of success driving to the basket. This is the guy you would expect to really get it going. Marcus Foster, yes! And now it's a 1-point game. And if you're Yokohama and you think back and remember that you're up big, your biggest lead was 11 points, but did not expand that lead. Now Ravena missing it from the right corner. Chance for ALVARK Tokyo to take the lead. The house will erupt if they do. Osakabe down to Foster. And Kiefer Ravena feeling Foster, sensing that he's starting to force his way into this offensively. Say Ando, his third 3 of the game, taking him to 14 points. And we've got another timeout. Okay, we don't have a timeout, excuse me. And back to live action. Foster gets it down low. And there's a putback. And ALVARK Tokyo have taken the lead. Uriwa with the putback. So down 11, ALVARK Tokyo storm back. Scoring leaders, 8 points for Osakabe. Shuto Ando has 6, all right at the basket. Rossiter with the 3, and then the putback. And Foster and Kaminsky each with 3 points. And I can only imagine that Seba Scythe is not playing because he's not fit or he's ill or unwell. This was the lob that we saw Tarzuski catch and then flush. For Say Ando leading all scores for Yokohama. Inglis with just 2 points and Clark with 2 points. Those 2 guys would be candidates to step it up a little bit. So back to live action, 4:49 remaining in the first half. And ALVARK Tokyo have trailed by 11 points, but they've come back to take the lead off that Haraiwa basket. Now this is Yokohama out of the timeout. Clark misses from deep. You can hear the Let's Go Tokyo chants coming from the crowd. Three-point look is good, and Tokyo with Ando, his first shot from deep today. 32-28. Remember, ALVARK Tokyo have lost 4 consecutive games to drop to 10-10. Inglis. Yokohama have come into this off a sweep of Ibaraki Robots, at Ibaraki Robots. And ALVARK Tokyo had that mighty struggle at the start of this game, and Foster turns it over. I mean, you know, you remember the charge that was called on Inglis, or the offensive foul. I don't see any difference between that and what we just witnessed there from Foster. Tamori, back in, over to Sudo. Sudo, good. Oh, got to right where he wanted to be, just did not make the shot. Ando flies in, and he's fouled right at the end of his drive. So 2 fouls on Kentamori. So 2 shots awarded. And the man's been playing very well today. Ando leaves it short, and you can see Seba's size clearly not well today, or else he'd be in the game already. Does make the second. Kai King back in the game, number 23. Clark looking to get on track. Short, Tarzuski goes for the follow. Rossiter comes up with the basketball. ALVARK Tokyo on the attack. Osakabe back to Ando. Now Shuto Ando. Osakabe again. Ando from deep. That's terrific shooting. And look at the turnaround. 36-28. A 19-point turnaround in this game in favor of the home team, ALVARK Tokyo. Now that was Ando that knocked it away from Tarzuski. He looked like he was gonna go up and score with the putback. Thirteen points for Shuto Ando, 8 for Osakabe. It's the Japanese stars leading the way for ALVARK Tokyo. 3 more threes have been made by ALVARK Tokyo, albeit with 5 more attempts. And 1 more make inside the arc with 4 more attempts for the visitors, Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Looks like Kintamori got a bump. Nakamura checking on him. Kozuski doesn't even look at the basket. Say Ando has it. Kintamori and fouled as he gets inside. Rossiter checks on to make sure he's okay. But it was on Nakamura before Rossiter's contact. So he goes out of the game. And Okura comes back in. And a badly needed free throw made by Kintamori. Kaite's looking from the bench. Japan International. So you don't have size, you don't have Kaite's today. This guy's not able to help out right now. And when they come back, it'll only help ALVARK Tokyo. 3-pointer from Ando, off target with this one, and Clark with the rebound. Now, can Yokohama cut into this deficit before the half? Clark almost lost it, got it back. Say Ando says, nope, I don't need to pick. Gives it back to Clark. Shot clock down to 4. Clark gets it up. And Ando bumped, Ando bumped as he crosses midcourt, so that's the last foul for Yokohama. Anymore, they're going to put him on the line. That one by Taniguchi.
Number 44, Kaminsky.
Inglis back into the game. Frank Kaminsky returns to the floor. Kiefer Ravena back in the game as well for Yokohama. Aransky gets it to Osakabe. Osakabe misses on the drive. That's his game. And Osakabe with the foul to stop the break. They got plenty of fouls to give ALVARK Tokyo here. Okay, they got 1 more, and then they'll be over the limit. And that is Osakabe with a quick foul, trying to deny Say Ando the basketball. So now they have no more fouls to give.
Number 17, Marcus Foster.
Marcus Foster back in the game. His final 112 for ALVARK Tokyo, whose grip perhaps being loosened a little bit here right at the end. So back in the game for Yokohama, you can see Koyasudo checks in the game. He has just 2 points. The only guy that's been scoring really has been Seiya Ando. Seiya Ando from deep. He's got it. And it's a 3-point game. 17 points for Seiya Ando. And looking every bit the all-star right now. 7 from deep today. Say Ando. He's already put in what looks like a full game's work here in the first half. Maybe he can ask Coach Lassie Toivonen for the rest of the game off. But I think he's going to need him. Well, say Ando averaging 14.8 points per game, so he's already well above his season average. He's had some big games. He had 29 points against Toyama. That was his biggest output back on November 9th. Coming out of the timeout, Rossiter goes up and in. Nothing pleases the coach more. Well, one of the things that really makes the coach happy is to see his team execute a play right out of the timeout. Ravenna gets it down low to Tarzuski, and he's fouled as he goes for the shot by Kaminsky. Good job by Ravenna picking out his center and whipping him the basketball. Kaminsky picks up his first foul. Well, important free throws here for Tarzuski, with ALVARK Tokyo getting the basketball back. And Tarzuski misses the first. Caleb Tarzuski, workhorse big, averaging 7.3 points per game. Shoots 68% from the line coming into this game. Makes the second. Kai King comes back into the game. A little bit of energy, a little bit of defense. Maybe they can force a turnover. ALVARK will take it down to about 7, maybe 6 on the shot clock before they make their move. Here they go. Foster gets it up, misses. There's just enough time here. Plenty of time, in fact. Say Ando. Oh boy, Say Ando made tough work out of that. Did not read the situation well. And I think it was the taller Rossiter, versatile, that made him think twice about driving, and then Rossiter had him covered on the outside. ALVARK Tokyo lead it 38-34, battling back from an 11-point deficit against Yokohama B-CORSAIRS at halftime.
当選者の発表内容はクラブ公式 X ファンクラブブースにて発表しております。当選者の方々は選手退場後10分後に3階アウェイエンド側メーカーズマークバー横にお越しください。この後、コートではアルバルクブラックナイトのメインイベント、アルバルクチアリーダーによるハーフタイムショーです。アリーナの明かりが落ち、暗闇と光が交錯するライトショーが幕を開けます。そして今夜のこのショーは見るだけじゃありません。皆さんのスマホが光のトーチとなって参加する演出です。 ビジョンに表示されている二次元コードにアクセスすると皆さんのスマホライトが光りアリーナの一部として輝きます。その光がこのブラックナイトを一つにつなぎます。さあ光を掲げてアルバルクチアリーダーと共に盛り上がっていきましょう。皆さん準備はよろしいでしょうか。あとは照明が落ちるその瞬間を待つだけ。まもなくスタートです。Lights out, ALVARK cheerleader, Black Ignition. It's showtime. ALVARK cheerleader. リーナの皆さんご参加ありがとうございました。
ここで B リーグよりお知らせです。 B リーグでは2026年1月16日金曜日から18日日曜日の3日間、リソナグループ B リーグオールスターゲームウィークエンド2026 in 長崎を開催いたします。各イベントの出場選手が出揃いましたのでご紹介いたします。はじめに若手日本人選手選抜とアジア特別枠選手に加え B2 所属選手選抜、九州クラブ所属選手選抜による B リーグオールスターアジアクロストーナメントの出場選手はこちらとなっています。ルーさん、こちら注目選手はいかがでしょうか。
そうですね、これ、盛りだくさんのね、九州、久しぶり熊本以来でのこう対決ということで、九州ユナイテッドがね、これ出てきますんでね、これ楽しみですよね。
続いて各コンテンツの出場選手です。さあ、こちらではいかがですか。
コンテストはね、これ、コンディションもあるんでね、これ、怪我のね、影響がなければ、みんな健康でね、こう長崎の地にたどり着いてほしいなと思いますよね。
続いて B リーグ U15 および U18 の選抜によるインフロニア B リーグ U18 オールスターゲームの出場選手はこちらです。こちらも将来性豊かな選手が揃ってますね。
いや、もうここもね、もうドラフト会議でね、締めのそれありますからね、楽しみですよね。
そして各種投票や B リーグ推薦で決定したリソナグループ B リーグオールスターゲームの出場選手はこちらです。こちらもね、スター選手揃いとなってますね。
そうですね、本戦のね、これまだチケットももうすでに予定枚数完売してますんでね、明日からまた追加販売席種も出るということですね。ぜひこちら追加のお席をね、お求めいただければなと思います。
B ブラックではセバスチャン・サイズ選手、そして安藤誠也選手が出場予定となっております。出場選手は特設サイトでも発表されておりますので、ぜひご確認ください。
アルバルクチアリーダーのゆかです。エリナです。ここでアルバルク東京からのお知らせです。
次節アルバルク東京ホームゲームは12月20日土曜、21日日曜、トヨタアリーナ東京にてレバンガ北海道戦です。この2日間はアルバルククリスマスとして開催。クリスマス限定グルメやスペシャルな会場演出でいつもとは一味違うホームゲームです。さらに対戦相手のレバンガ北海道からはレバードもやってきます。いつも以上に賑やかなクリスマスを会場でお楽しみください。続く年明けの1月3日土曜、4日日曜、広島ドラゴンフライズ戦では毎年恒例のウィーレッドデーを開催。両日ともレッドにちなんだ来場者プレゼントをご用意しております。さらに3日土曜は手越優也さん、4日日曜はクールポコさんをハーフタイムゲストにお迎えします。何度もアルバルク東京のホームゲームに来てくださっている2組のハーフタイムショーをアリーナでお楽しみください。
チケットは B リーグチケットにて販売中です。この機会にぜひ会場へお越しください。
Franz Kaminsky and ALVARK Tokyo lead it 38-34 over Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Kaminsky hitting his first three-pointer today, but hasn't hit anything since. But his teammates have gotten up off the canvas after trailing by 11 points early on and battled back to take the lead. Here is the early going, and much of it was all about this man, Ando, knocking down threes, scoring inside, just making plays as he is wont to do. That was Kaminsky's one and only three. But the word multiple is what applies to the three-point shooting of Ando. He has been terrific. And again, here is Yokohama on the break. Tarzuski going in for the jam. Sudo gets the assist. Ando, though, has come to the rescue today. Shuto Ando, in fact, as has Osakabe for ALVARK Tokyo. Osakabe with 8 points, Shuto Ando with 13 coming off the bench. That was a terrific pass from Kiefer Ravena to Caleb Tarzuski for the jam. Damian Inglis been very quiet, but he does pass it to Ando, who knocks down one of his 5 3-pointers in the first half. Marcus Foster relatively quiet, but then he started to heat up with that one. He's got 3 points. And then Ando again. Shuto Ando. Shuto is an appropriate name for him. He's 2 of 5 from deep. He's 5 of 8 overall. But again, the exquisite red-hot shooting of Seiya Ando has effectively kept his team in the game. It gave him the big lead. And then after they surrendered it, he got hot again and has all 5 of his team's 3-pointers. So both teams similar shooting inside the arc. A little bit better from beyond it for ALVARK Tokyo. And you've got not overly impressive free throw shooting from these two teams, which could be a factor as you get deeper into this game. You don't want to miss a bunch of free throws in a game that you barely lose. To me, the story for Yokohama B-CORSAIRS is Inglis and Gary Clark haven't scored today. I mean, they've scored a little, but not much. And meanwhile, you got the key player comparison, and both guys living up to the hype today. 17 for Seiya Ando and 13 for Shuto Ando. So an Ando punch for each team, pacing their respective challenges today. Yokohama coming into this game feeling, I think, a sense of opportunity if they haven't really played like it. You know, they won the 2 games over the weekend to climb in the standings a little bit. Still 2 games behind ALVARK Tokyo. ALVARK Tokyo having lost 4 consecutive games in the league. So real opportunity to close the gap on them if they can get this midweek win. And it looked like things are going to go their way early on when they led by 11 points, but then ALVARK Tokyo turned things around to take the lead by halftime. 13 for Shuto Ando. Osakabe also has 8. Ryan Rossiter has 7. He started to pick it up in the game. And Seiya Ando with 17 points, Tarzuski 5, Ravena 4, Inglis and Clark each with 2 points. So Inglis and Clark, for me, are the difference in this game why Yokohama are not winning. They need their scoring. And no save of size, no kaites for ALVARK Tokyo. So you're not going to get a better opportunity if you're Yokohama to win against ALVARK Tokyo with those 2 guys not taking part in the action. But they do have Frank Kaminsky. There's Ando, knowing he'll be going back into the game sooner rather than later. 38-34, we're underway. The lead for ALVARK Tokyo, but Yokohama with the first possession and now attacking the basket to the right on your screen. Inglis open, gets it up, and nobody there for the rebound. He misses another one. It's been a very tough game for Damian Inglis. Just 1 of 7 from the floor. Beautiful cut to the basket. They pass it back out. They get Marcus Foster for 3. Well, that was a rhythm shot, and they've got their biggest lead they've got 7-point advantage. They were up by 8. Sometimes it does just boil down to making shots. Sudo, he misses one for Yokohama. Now Rossiter. ALVARK Tokyo is starting to look like the ALVARK Tokyo of old. And the drive, Kaminsky, great job. Gets the contact, and he will go to the line. And I like what Kaminsky does here. You know, he's taking his threes, he's missing them. So instead, he drives and gets the bump and gets to the line, but he misses the first free throw. Just needs to see the ball go in the basket. New situation for him, playing in Asia, playing in the B-League, adjusting to teammates. Makes 1 of 2. Of course, he's used to traveling. To play as much professional basketball as he has in his career. Probably feels like he's always been on a plane. And now just a cheap turnover, stepping out of bounds. Yokohama, and starting to play like they did in that first game against Ibaraki Robots at the weekend before they turned it on and won that game. Just making mistakes. And here's a foul in the backcourt. Kitamori. Yeah. Fouls Okura. Kitamori goes out. He's got 3 fouls. You want to harass him, but you don't want to foul him. Kiefer Ravena. A little bit more offensive minded. Maybe defensively not as great as Kitamori. Here's a 3-point shot from Foster, and another one from Marcus Foster. And sure enough, he's got 9 points. That 3 that we saw from him late in the first half was a sign of things to come. And Lassie Tuovi, you can see a little bit agitated over there as he calls a timeout, wanting to see a little bit better play from his team. Bounce pass. See why just got a taste of what makes Ryan Rossiter so valuable: his passing, his rebounding, his scoring. And even though he doesn't get the assist on that, you know, he started that play with the bounce pass to the cutter from the corner. Just a very good play. They passed it back out, they whipped it around, they got it to Foster for a wide open 3. And right now, biggest lead of the game for ALVARK Tokyo, 11 points. Yokohama trying to push the reset button. Ravena nowhere to go. For Ravena, almost a turnover. Inglis from the elbow. Can't buy a bucket today. Gary Clark's going to come in, I assume, for Inglis. Kaminsky with his back to the basket. Now he's going to drive into the paint. He's going to go a little old school and miss with the hook shot. And there's the foul, of course. Long way to go, 17 minutes and 42 seconds, but Yokohama right now just looking for somebody to score. So Gary Clark comes in. Inglis goes out. Here's some counsel. You can see that Inglis just is maybe even suffering a little bit confidence-wise. Nice. Gary Clark, nice pass inside to Tarzuski. Beautiful play. Don't settle for the jumper. Get it inside to the big man. He's got 7 points. Great job by Gary Clark, staying on his feet and making that pass. Foster again. Ravena back to Clark from the wing. You can count it. And Adamitis sees exactly the transformation of Yokohama, who then suddenly get the wind in their sails with Gary Clark finding some rhythm. And Adamitis wants to interrupt that, calls the timeout. probably a lot more star power in this ALVARK Tokyo team. But Clark, which just illustrates why Clark is so important to Yokohama. I mean, he just has to deliver, both he and Inglis. And if Inglis is not, we'll get Clark in and see what he can do. And again, you look at the 2-point shooting and the 3-point shooting. 3 more threes have been made today by ALVARK Tokyo. Foster having come out and hit a couple in the second half already, but now Clark showing signs that he might start to heat up. So might be interesting to see what type of defense ALVARK Tokyo will employ with Clark on the court. And if you have the double team come for Gary Clark, somebody should be open. You got to make themselves available. It would be a mistake right now for Yokohama to lose sight of Marcus Foster, and equally for ALVARK Tokyo to lose sight of Gary Clark. And this might be where, say, Ando starts to reassert himself. Here goes Foster, and good read. Oh, almost a steal for Ravena, and he does lead to a turnover. Great work by keeper Ravena for the second time. He's made some good plays on defense today. And that is not what you want to see coming out of a timeout, a turnover. If you're Adamitis. Oh, good drive and good finish. I mean, only a competent hoopster could score with that. Say Ando with 19 points. Wow, that was big time. How about Foster? He can do that as well. He gets it knocked out of his hands. Here's a three-pointer, and Baraski misses it. And Yokohama, incredibly, how things can change, how quickly they can change. Kai King over to Clark for three. Yes! And they're not going to be able to call a timeout now. Yokohama has shaved 10 points off the deficit. Baraski. Foster. They got to hurry. They get it up. Otsakabe misses, and Yokohama, who were really on the back foot, now have a chance to go in front. Keeper Ravena open. Got it! Whoa! And they do have to call another timeout. 7 points. This is Yokohama basketball. I mean, they do this time and time again in games. They just get out of their rhythm. They don't make shots. It looks bleak. And then all of a sudden, Coach Lassie Toivonen calls timeout, and they reemerge and look a much better team. And so, I mean, of all his shots that he's made today, that might just be the most impressive. Say Ando, 19 points. I mean, how does he score this over Kaminsky? First of all, he loses it, lunges, and then has to go full stretch to get it over Kaminsky and still scores. Just an outstanding play by Seiya Ando. Well, you could ask the question, where has Shuto Ando been since he's really been their best player today? He's been on the bench, but that said, they did open up an 11-point lead. So this thing just disappeared very quickly for ALVARK Tokyo. And with 15 and a half minutes remaining, we have got a barn burner once again. Yokohama B-CORSAIRS and ALVARK Tokyo. Kai King again. always brings the energy. And great defense by Kiefer Ravena. And as you look at Damian Inglis come into the game, it is imperative that he brings something to the team right now. He just looks really lethargic, moving around, doesn't look the same player of late. But after all the hard work has been done to come back into this one, they've got no option. They've got to start producing. Here's a three, nope. And Gary Clark with the rebound. Quick outlet up to Kiefer Ravena. Nice break, and Kai King, and the pace of King. And it's also Kiefer Ravena's game excelling. Kenta Mori back in as well. Yokohama just have the wind in their sails. Now the pass to Baranski, fakes it, drives in, and the charge called on Zach Baranski. Well, the reality is, you watch enough of the teams coached by Lassi Toivonen, whether it's Finland or whether it's this Yokohama team, you see the good, the bad, and the ugly. And there's usually a lot more good, but you have to suffer through some of the bad times. They seem to have come out of the bad times. Not to say that they can't dip again, but right now they just look like a different team. Here's Ravena, high arcing three, and great battle that time, but Inglis not able to get it. Hey, you know what? If you're struggling offensively, you can help with your defense and your rebounding, and maybe that's what Inglis has to really focus on right now. Baranski avoids the turnover against Ravena. And look at that, well read by Gary Clark. He's just gonna take it all the way. Goodness me. It's almost as if Gary Clark said, I'm only gonna play in the second half today, because that's what he's done. It's just been night and day for him. Just anonymous in the first half, just 2 points, and now he's got 10 points. Oh, beautiful bounce pass. And the finish not there, but Ando gets it back over to Rossiter for three. Misses again. And now it's ALVARK Tokyo that are enduring the struggles on offense. Even on the layup attempt, the reverse layup, and the open three by Rossiter. And then, Gary Clark so good knowing when those passes are coming and coming up and making those steals. As good as Seiya Ando has been in this game, without a doubt, Gary Clark has been the star in this second half for Yokohama, as well as Kiefer Ravena. Here's a bounce pass. Inglis, beautiful bounce pass, Inglis. That's more like it. And Kai King with the reverse layup. And notice how the resurgence has come with Kai King on the floor for Yokohama. That will not go unnoticed over there on that bench by Yokohama. Osakabe, his pass completed barely to Kaminsky, who misses. Rossiter gets another rebound, another chance for ALVARK. Kaminsky from deep, and it's all because of the offensive rebound by Ryan Rossiter. See if that ignites ALVARK Tokyo. Ravena whips it to Inglis. This time he's going to keep it. Oh, and he's going to miss another one. Just can't get it to go down today. Damian Inglis. Gary Clark with the foul. Yokohama had a couple fouls to give. That's one of them. 2:23 remaining. Inglis knows he is enduring an almighty struggle. Nice run into the paint. Here comes Rossiter. Back outside, Marcus Falster. And just like that, ALVARK Tokyo turned it on again and closed the gap to 2 points. And the bump. Inglis fades. Inglis, his shooting numbers are not going to be pleasant viewing for him after this game. Osakabi for three. And Clark flies in for the rebound. Inglis would normally be one of your top options, but really you got to go away from him, and you've got to run something for this guy, Seiya Ando. Here he is, gets it up and in, or Gary Clark. Those two guys are pouring in the points today. They need to get their touches. There's Falster again, the lead back to 4. This pass to Osakabi. Down low, back to Osakabi. Osakabi with 5 on the shot clock. Kaminsky, back to Nakamura. Nakamura, will he knock it down? No, he will not. Good touch pass over to Clark. Oh, and that's really tough to explain, that one. You lose a game by 1 or 2 points, you're going to look back at that turnover, especially if ALVARK Tokyo score here. This is a self-inflicted wound, a turnover. Just trying to pass it to your teammate. I believe that's got to be on Clark. 3-point shot, Kaminsky, and they do avoid giving it up. So here comes Seiya Ando. Gives it to Inglis. Seiya Ando. Again. Oh, and Inglis goes down. And Osakabi with the takedown picks up the foul. He's got some foul trouble. Three fouls on Osakabi, so he will sit down here at the end of this third quarter. And with 14 on the shot clock, 22.2 on the game clock. Shuto Ando in the game. Maybe take it down as far as you can. That's what Ando is doing. Puts up a little runner, and they do have time, though. In fact, there is enough time, and they turn it over. And that just went right off the hands of Nakamura. That was Nakamura's ball to catch. Look at those fans, boys, sitting behind the ball. They've got great seats for this one. And I'm sure they are enjoying the moment, because this has been, since the end of that first quarter, which was pretty sluggish. Here we go, we got to get it up. Ando does, and does not make the shot. So at the end of 3 quarters, again, it feels like we're seeing the good, the bad, and the ugly from both of these teams. And right now it's Yokohama leading it 55-51 over ALVARK Tokyo. 10 minutes remaining.
さあ皆さん、今こそホームの力でアルバルクの力でみんなの力で逆転しましょう。
So just 3 fouls on Moore, the only foul trouble for Yokohama. 3 fouls on Osakabe for ALVARK Tokyo. Shuto Ando was playing great basketball in the first half. It does kind of beg the question a little bit why he didn't get in the game earlier in the second half when he was kind of the form guy. He was leading him with 13 points and still only has 13 points. Fourth quarter underway here, and another barn burner, 55-51. ALVARK Tokyo on top of Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Beautiful bounce pass, Rossiter! And Marcus Foster lays it up and in. The passing by Rossiter is just from the top shelf. He is outstanding. He just sees it so well. Oh boy, not what you're looking for if you're Yokohama. Makes no sense whatsoever, and the drive in the game is tied. Shuto Ando out on the break. If you're you, yes, you want to get your shots up, but this game is about getting the basketball into the hands of your scorers. Ando. Tarzuski. Kiefer Ravena back in the game. Inglis. Well, that's settling, and that is not what Yokohama need. They got to get Gary Clark back in as quickly as possible, you would imagine. Also Kai King. Rossiter turnaround, goes off 1 foot, misses it badly. And there is Hiraiwa with the foul. You can see getting under the skin of Tarzuski. This is not a good shot from you. It gets blocked. You know, it's your first shot of the game. You've only played 2 minutes. It's crunch time. It's early in the shot clock. Hiraiwa with his second foul, drawing the ire of Tarzuski. 8.5 minutes remaining. 55 apiece. And Inglis knows as well, this hasn't been his game. I don't think he wants to take another jumper. Here's Say Ando. Kiefer Ravena, high arcing 3. That was long. And you just feel, without Clark on the court, this Yokohama team starting to drift back into their bad ways. Pass to the corner. Rossiter gets fouled. Say Ando. Frank Kaminsky back into the game. Oh, nice give and go on the inbounds pass, but Nakamura to a wide open Rossiter. Well, if that was for 3, it should be 58-55. Because the game was 50. Let's see if his foot was on the line. And no, it was a 2, not a 3. You can see the referee signaling 2, so Rossiter will be a little bit. Oh, it looks like that was a 3 from that angle. I wonder if they might go review that. So the weird thing about it was the referee was right there. His eyes right on the spot. So maybe his foot, you know, his shoe was just over the line. But gosh knows, on that replay that we saw, it looked like it was a 3. That could be a decisive call. So they would be 12 of 29 from deep had it been a 3. And it looks like Lassie Tuovi is going to keep Gary Clark on the bench here for a little while longer. Kai King coming in. .752 remaining. Get it down low. Inglis, can he finally get it to go? Yes, he does. Absolutely 100% the best decision he's made all day long with respect to his shot selection. Using his size, strength. And here's Kai King with the foul. Marcus Foster a long way from the basket. And Foster is a lot bigger, but he has got a quick first step. So difficult to defend. Just such a great pro, Marcus Foster. Nakamura. Ando for 3. Oh my. Cometh the hour. He has got the ice in his veins. Look at that. 18 points. Really makes you wonder why they don't rely on him more. Here is, again, you got to resist the bad shot. Kiefer Ravena, Seiya Ando, that's him all day long, but it's long. Good battle for the rebound. Inglis, oh! And it looked like Rossiter got bowled over big time by Damian Inglis, and they've called an unsportsmanlike foul, but now they're going to review it. Rossiter taking exception to the additional contact. Well, if he gets an unsportsmanlike here, this is just going to cap a really bad day for Damian Inglis. And again, with Gary Clark out of the game, I think you know who needs to be in there, at least in this game. So the referee called the unsportsmanlike, and now they can review it. So that's the right call by the ref. Okay, so there they are battling. No, that's not going to be, there's no chance that's going to be an unsportsmanlike unless he does all this after the whistle. Okay, well, maybe from there he does get in and throw his right arm into him in the back. And that's the question, is that a basketball play in that situation? It seems a little unnecessary, so he could be in trouble here. I think they could go either way with this one. I would not be surprised if they kept the unsportsmanlike foul on, and I wouldn't be surprised if they removed it. Okay, so they do remove it. I definitely don't think that Inglis is a dirty player. He was definitely a physical player on that sequence. So Sota Okura in the game. He's got the ball. Tries to hand it off. It's not there. And Kai King making a pest of himself, almost getting a deflection. Now he's trying to stick with Foster. Foster drives in. Great defense by Kai King. And the foul called on Shuto Ando. The other thing is, if they had called that as an unsportsmanlike foul at the other end, look at that. Just terrific block by Inglis. If they'd called it an unsportsmanlike, it really impacts the game. I think they erred on the side of, we're not really sure. Here we go. Tarczewski catches it in the paint, and he's fouled by Foster. Third foul on ALVARK Tokyo in this last quarter. A vital game. You know, any way you look at it, as teams chase playoff spots, it's vital because ALVARK Tokyo needs to arrest the momentum that's heading in the wrong direction right now. It's important for Yokohama as they try to climb up the table and to get a third win, especially a game in which they led by as many as 11 points. Vital game. Seiya Ando from deep. Okay, Gary Clark coming back into the game. Not too soon. Also, Kenta Mori returning to the court. The three goes in here. It's big. Foster gets it up. Oh my! Another three from Marcus Foster. I'm pretty sure Lassie Tuovi said, whatever we do, we can't allow Foster to hit a three. We've got to get a hand in the face. Kiefer Avena, and that he was passing to Tarczewski, and Tarczewski thought he was shooting. And how many times have we seen Yokohama turn it over today like an unforced error? I think Kai King might have been guilty for allowing Foster to get open. And that's why Lassie Tuovi is telling him, Kai, you're out here for your defense, first and foremost. There's Kenta Mori. Oh, that's an offensive foul, swinging his left arm. Okura, great job, Kenta Mori. And we saw him really getting up on the offensive player earlier in the game, and they called the foul on him. Oh. And there were twice Okura kind of tried to clear out with his hand. I don't even know if he made contact with him, but Mori also kind of sold it. Clark in the game, important for both offense and defense. Tarczewski, Clark dives deep. Boy, dangerous pass. Kiefer Avena misses it badly. Good job taking away the inside game that time by ALVARK Tokyo. Now Foster, the double comes. Baranski, they swing it. Kaminsky, pass deflected. Stolen, here comes Ravena to Clark. Is he gonna keep it? Yes, he is. He's gonna miss it this time. He's gonna get it back. He's gonna put it up, and he's gonna miss it again. Unbelievable. Now Baranski. Well, I would have put money on Clark making those shots. And again, it's suddenly the ugly for Yokohama. Both teams struggling a little bit on offense. And Kenta Mori almost getting the turnover. Baranski gets it right and gets it up just before the end of the shot clock. Well, Kenta Mori's defense has been excellent the last two possessions. The captain leading by example. Seiya Ando, and Tarczewski gets tangled up. Baranski with the foul. They're over the limit. That means Tarczewski is gonna have to really lock in and make some free throws. Three fouls on Baranski. And honestly, I would not say that is a bad foul. It's a bad foul if Tarczewski makes both free throws. And that was Kai King just getting over to Foster just a little too late. Shuto Ando with 18, Marcus Foster with 17. Nobody else in double digits, although Rossiter has 9. Osakabe has all 8 of his points in the first half. Great atmosphere here in Tokyo. Say Ando with 21, Gary Clark now with 10 points, with Ravena and Tarzuski each with 7. And Inglis again has had a real struggle today. Just 4 points on 2 of 12 shooting from the floor. Overall, 5 more threes have been made by ALVARK Tokyo. Four more makes inside the arc for Yokohama. ALVARK Tokyo trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. Can they get it done against Yokohama? They've got a 6-point lead with 4:16 remaining. Shuto Ando really has been good today. Seiya Ando really has been good as well. And I'm guessing right now it's all about defense for Yokohama. That's why we see Seiya Ando on the bench. Tarzuski. Clutch. So if he makes this one, it becomes a bad foul. And he does. So Baranski's foul does not work as Tarzuski locks in and makes both. And now Inglis comes back into the game. Sudo chasing in the backcourt along with Kenta Mori. Nakamura in the game, has the ball. Now Osakabe. Rossiter, shot clock winding down. Rossiter loses it. Kenta Mori on the break, bounce pass. Inglis goes up, and he's fouled. And Nakamura whistled for the personal. He tries to help him up, but Inglis is just going to wait for his teammates. We've seen Yokohama turn it over similar to that today. Oh boy, Rossiter really did hack Inglis, although did not want him to get the shot to go in. So that was not a bad foul. He just wishes he didn't turn it over. Here's Inglis. And his struggles continue. To be a professional athlete, you have to be able to fight through these difficult moments. These struggles, just keep playing. And this is why Coach Lassie Tuovi's keeping Inglis out there. He makes 1 of 2 and makes it a 1-possession game, albeit a 3-point game. Kantamori again causing troubles in the backcourt. They almost force a turnover. And in the end, Baranski's able to pick it up and go in and score. Wow. Flirting with a turnover, and it turns into opportunity. Ravena, can they get it to Clark? Tough take from Ravena, forcing it. And again, Yokohama now trailing by 5 and desperate. Desperation is starting to set in for them. They definitely don't want Marcus Foster to take control. Here he is, putting it up from deep. And great rebounding by Kiefer Ravena. Have they called a foul? They've called a push on Inglis. Here's Kenta Moore. Look at this. Almost. Well, maybe a little tad fortunate they didn't call the foul, but then Baranski able to get the basketball and go in and score. That is quite possibly the biggest asset of Kenta Mori is his ability to harass opponents into turnovers. Ando back in the game. Kenta Mori remains in the game for the reason I just told you. There's Kaminsky handing it off to Nakamura. Nakamura puts up a tough shot. They battle for the rebound. Rossiter able to keep it alive. It goes over to Nakamura, back into Foster, and it goes in. And the lead is 7 with 2:40 remaining. 19 for Marcus Foster, now his team's leading scorer. Ando, guarded by Shuto Ando. And Gary Clark fouled by Rossiter. Well, they are acutely aware, ALVARK Tokyo, of the danger that Gary Clark possesses. He presents. He looks maybe slightly tired from how he did when he played earlier in the second half. And maybe that's why Coach Toyovi had him on the bench for as long as he did. But he comes out and he makes a big free throw. Every shot big now with 2:24 remaining. 7 of 11 at the line today, Yokohama. That was Clark's first free throw of the day. And only makes 1 of 2. Well, you hate to say it for them, but 7 of 12 at the line isn't going to get it done. Leaving way too many free throws out there. Too many points. Foster fouled by Sudo. Free throws. Well, Foster has not attempted a free throw today. And misses the first. Takes his time and misses the second, but Rossiter reaches over, gets it back to Foster and misses a 3. Wow, what an opportunity. Foster had been shooting 71.7%. Kenta Mori hands it off to Clark. Clark sees the opening, drives in. Oh, he misses the layup. How do you explain what we're watching, folks? Lassie Toyovi must be pulling his hair out. And Kenta Mori doing his best to create a turnover. In the end, fouls Nakamura. They have had their chances, Yokohama. I mean, this should be, for all intents and purposes, a 4-point game right now, but Clark missed the layup. So that's the 4th foul on Kenta Mori. And Nakamura knocks it down. Played a lot of minutes today, more than 22 minutes. Sinks both. So 8-point lead with 1:38 remaining, and now Yokohama getting close to having to reach into the miracle bag because this thing is getting away from them at the wrong time of the game. Kai King not interested in the 3, drives in, misses another one, but then follows up his miss. 2-possession game. albeit 2 threes. Can they get a steal? Can they get a turnover, a stop, or can ALVARK Tokyo put this thing away? Look at that, reaching in, Seiya Ando rather, comes up and gets the steal. Rossiter, now it's Gary Clark, rattles out, and Rossiter with a big rebound, or no, Kaminsky with the board, excuse me. And they are in no rush. They're calmly, now the clock becoming the enemy. You don't want to foul Kai King. Nakamura just made a couple of threes. And Gary Clark played so well early in the second half, but just hasn't been able to keep it going since he's come back into the game after a long while on the bench. And Tamori having to watch. Well, probably say Shuto Ando or Marcus Foster, the MVP of this game. Tamori does have the 4 fouls. He could go back in. 44.5 seconds remaining. He makes this as an 8-point game. He does not. It's a 7-point game. A little bit of hope left. They got to play almost perfect basketball down the stretch. Inglis gets it up from deep. Long rebound. Now Seiya Ando gonna get it up. Oh. And how many layups have we seen Yokohama miss today? It just doesn't make sense, even though he's fouled here. Look at this. He's fouled. He's got to make that. And then he's going to the line for a 3-point play. I mean, you can see that Shuto Ando didn't even think he fouled him. So that's just a lack of concentration right at the end. And I think maybe more of than a lack of concentration, it's just a player getting tight. Big free throws for Seiya Ando, makes the first. So as a team, they're 8 of 13. I think that Yokohama, they haven't turned it over much today, but the turnovers have been kind of unforced for the most part. Just a little bit of a possibility if he makes this, and he does. So that makes it a 5-point game. Crazier things have happened. And you will have had your head buried in the sand during the recent window, the qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup, if you didn't see Lithuania come back at the very end and stun Great Britain with 9, 3 3-pointers made by Ignas Sargunas in the last 9.8 seconds. So the game is not over until it is over. Adamatis, being Lithuanian, I'm sure he is fully aware of what Ignas Sargunas did. And the big thing here will be, might Yokohama be able to get a steal and a bucket? If that happens, anything can happen. They can't afford to go down and play deep, just to sit back and let ALVARK Tokyo use up all the time on the clock, because there's only like 2.6 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. So they've either got to get a steal or they've got to get fouls. They just fouled Foster. He missed a couple of free throws. Might be a candidate to foul. This is where Kai King is good. You would think Kenta Mori as well. It's going to be Seiya Ando, and Mori is in the game. Let's see if they can get it across midcourt. Oh, no, they don't. Oh, boy, almost. Kai King almost getting a steal. Now, they've used up 4 seconds, so they have to hurry to get it across midcourt. And they do it well. So Kai King commits the foul. Osakabe going to the line. Wow. They've allowed 5 seconds to go off the clock. He misses the first. If he makes this one, it's still a 2-possession game. If he misses, you simply have to get the rebound if you are Yokohama. And when Ryan Rossiter is on the court, as he is, look at him. He is so difficult to box out. And Inglis not able to get the rebound. Can you believe it? And that's basically because of Ryan Rossiter, his presence. It's such a tough game for Damian Inglis. He's just really 2 for 13. He's got 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 5 points. You got to be able to get a rebound in that situation. And Ando has it now. He will get fouled. I think that was their opportunity. They had the opportunity. If they get the basketball there, they go down. And, you know, that missed free throws, 9 of 14 at the line today as a team, Yokohama. And a lot of missed layups when they look back on it. And the shooter's touch for Ando takes it up to a 6-point lead. And again, this becomes the vital one if you're Yokohama. You got to get the rebound. Although I think Ando's going to make it. He's been outstanding. He's the MVP of this game. 7 points, the difference. And he concentrates, makes the layup with 8.7 seconds. They got to get the foul. And they do get turn it. No, they keep it in bounds, and it's going to be ALVARK Tokyo that prevail. And you probably feel, if you're Yokohama, like you let one get away today. They were right to be beaten, ALVARK Tokyo, with 4-game losing skid. But that comes to an end as ALVARK Tokyo prevails 74-67 over Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Well, there's the quarter-by-quarter scoring. Yokohama said thank you to the crowd for coming out today. Their 2-game winning streak comes to an end. Meanwhile, ALVARK Tokyo's 4-game losing streak comes to an end. We're going to get down to the court now and listen to the post-game presentation for this team. Ando had 25 points in defeat. Gary Clark had 11. And the man that was just missing in action today was Damian Inglis. Just couldn't get it to go. 2 of 13 from the floor. But I think even more crucially, Yokohama missed a lot of layups. So you see the next games for both of these teams. Osaka for Yokohama at home. That'll be on Saturday. Meanwhile, Kawasaki Brave Thunder is hosting ALVARK
それで
Tokyo.
は見事勝利いたしました。本日アドバイスヘッドコーチに来ていただきました。お疲れ様でした。まずは負けられない戦いの中、今日のゲームいかがでしたか。
こんばんは。
はい、皆さんこんばんは。
That's like you say, that's the must-win game. Okay, for us, was like here in the heads was very important to win this game. I think everybody, like in the step, everybody happy about the effort. What kind of the effort guys they put on the floor? That's the most important thing.
はい、本当に負けられない試合を、しっかりと、集中してからメンタル面でもしっかりとタフに戦って、あと、フォードですね、最後まで、必ず勝つという気持ちが勝ったと思いますので、本当に大きな大きな一勝です。
苦しい時間帯もありました。その時間帯、ディフェンスから流れを作ったと思います。今日のディフェンス振り返っていかがですか。
Good, especially was like kind of different goals defensively. Okay, guys, they adjust very well. So I think this is very important. And 67 points, okay, give us victory tonight.
本当に、ディフェンスもね、粘って、粘り強いディフェンスをして、67点に抑えてましたので、やはり時間帯厳しい時間帯あったんですけども、しっかりとしたディフェンスがこのような形で勝利につながったと感じております。
それでは最後ファンの皆さんにメッセージをお願いします。
Thank you. You know, like this to play after tough 2 losses, to play at home. Okay, with your support. Okay, that's what we need. Thank you for your support. Please support every time. Okay, that's give us a lot of confidence too.
はい、そうですね。先週、苦しい試合でやはりアウェーで2敗していますので、しっかりとホームに帰ってきて皆さんの前でサポートがあった中で勝利することができましたので、引き続き、熱い応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。アドバイティスヘッドコーチでした。それでは続いて本日のヒーロー選手をご紹介いたします。本日のヒーロー、まずは1人目、ナンバー9、アンドシュート。さあ、客席の皆さんよろしくお願いします。本日のお気持ちはいかがでしょうか。イエーイイエーイありがとうございます。さあ、安藤選手、前半の流れ牽引したのは間違いなく安藤選手だと思います。今日のゲーム振り返っていかがですか。
そうですね、本当に
rebounds,
バイウィーク明け
crucial free throws made.
ここホームでは絶対負けられなかったの
It's a great
で、
game for Shuto Ando.
本当に試合は勝ちましたけど、まだまだ詰めるところはたくさんありますので、本当に今日は勝ててよかったかなと思います。
さあ、ご自身の得点も21得点と、自らのプレー振り返っていかがですか。
そうですね、やっぱりチーム状況もチーム状況なんで、もうやるしかなかったので、本当に今日はチームを勝たせられてよかったかなと思います。
それでは集まってくれたファンの皆さんにメッセージをお願いします。
はい、週末アウェーの川崎戦がありますけど、本当にチーム状況もチーム状況ですけど、本当に今はもう本当にやるしかないので、皆さんも本当にこれからも僕たちのことをしっかりと支えてください。よろしくお願いします。
That was in the third game of the season, the B.LEAGUE game, which this team lost. He started off with 16 and lost to Utsunomiya. It's 17 against SR Shibuya. And Ryan Rossiter now getting some recognition as well.
さあ、まずは今日のゲームを振り返って聞かせてください。
Yeah, it was a tough game. We really needed a win after this past weekend. We played really poorly. I was really happy to see a good crowd, and you guys really helped us tonight to get the win, and we need that for the rest of the season.
本当に苦しい試合だったんですけども、しっかりとタフな試合を勝利することができました。ファンの皆さんの前でこのような形で勝利できて本当に嬉しいと思いますので、やはり連敗を脱出することを目標にしたゲームでしっかりと勝てることは良かったと思います。
さあ、本日の個人スタッツ11得点14リバウンド7アシストダブルダブル達成です。ご自身のプレー振り返っていかがですか。
Yeah, I mean, when we found out Sable wasn't playing today, everyone had to step up, and I knew I need to do a little more rebounding to help fill his spot. But I mean, Ginn, Zach, Frank did a great job as well. So I thought today was really an important team victory. Everyone played well together.
そうですね、セバスが今日プレーしないという形なので、チーム、全体的に一人一人がね、ギアを一段階上げてステップアップすることが必要だったんですが、リバウンドも一つの課題でしたので、フランク、ザックもしっかりとリバウンド絡んでくれたので、本当に良かったと感じます。
それではファンの皆さんに最後メッセージをお願いします。
Like I said, thank you guys for coming out. We really appreciate the support. We need you guys for the rest of the season. We're going to continue to play hard and fight for the playoffs, the championship. So please keep coming to support us. Thank you guys.
本当に常にね、引き続き、いつも応援ありがとうございます。一つ一つしっかりと戦って、チャンピオンシッププレーオフももちろん目指していますので、本当ファンの皆さんのおかげだと思いますので、しっかりと恩返しできるように戦っていきたいますので、引き続き応援よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。ライアン・ロシター選手でした。
Well, shooter Ando, when he was talking in Japanese, he said we've struggled this season, so we really wanted to win today. As for me, I was able to contribute to my team with my shooting today. The next game is soon, so please keep on coming out and giving us those big cheers. It means a lot. Thanks. And meanwhile, we're going to hear from Osakabe.
さあまずは、シンプルに今日の試合どんな気持ちで挑みましたか？
負けてたんで、本当に勝たなきゃいけないし、ファンの皆さんがこう、佐賀だったりとかアウェーにも来てもらって、本当に苦しい状況だったんですけど、応援してくださってたんで、勝たなきゃいけないなっていうふうに思ってました。
そんな中、今日見事な勝利を飾りました。今日のゲーム振り返っていかがですか？
本当に勝ててよかったですし、まだまだ、改善点が多いと思うので、そこは見つめ直してやっていきたいと思います。
それではファンの皆さんにメッセージをお願いします。
フリースロー外したから。本当に自分たちも頑張るので、引き続き応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。大阪部大輝選手でした。それから本日はもう一人お話を伺いたいなと思います。Number 44, Frank Kaminsky.
So we'll also hear from Frank Kaminsky. Try to get you those words from Osakabe. What he said. Get it to you in English.
まずはようこそ日本へ。
Thank you. Thank you.
日本でのプレーはいかがですか？
It's been amazing. I've really enjoyed my time so far. Getting used to the city, getting used to the team, trying to learn everything on the fly, but it's been a lot of fun. I've heard there's some great food here. Trying it.
本当に素晴らしいねところだと思う東京ですので、チームメートもいろいろな形でサポートしてくれますので、本当にこれからも東京でプレーして、しっかりと東京の美味しいものとかも食べたいと感じておりますので、エンジョイしたいと思います。
まだ美味しいものは食べてないということでいいですかね？
Not yet. I haven't had enough time. We've been so busy with basketball that I haven't had enough time to explore yet. But I hope I get an opportunity.
そうですね、まだ、食べられてないんですけど、やはり練習とか試合が重なってしまいましたので、少し時間がありましたらね、いろいろとチャレンジしたいと思います。
ではまず今日のゲーム振り返っていかがですかね。
Osakabe also said we were really eager to win today. We knew that many fans always give warm cheers, so we'll play hard and please continue to keep cheering for us. Thanks.
We played great defense today. I think we set a tone early. We were physical with them. Made them do things, especially in the second half, that they were getting in the first half pretty easily. We made it hard for them in the second half, and then we made the right plays at the end of the game. We scored when we needed to, didn't turn the ball over, took care of it towards the end, and made our free throws, and that was the difference in the game.
本当にディフェンスが欠けたと思いますし、本当に時間帯でいい時もありましたけども、悪い時もありましたけども、最終的に、いいところで、ターンオーバーもせずにフリースローもしっかりと決めて勝ち切れたことは本当に、自分にとっても本当に嬉しい一勝だと思います。
それでは最後ファンの皆さんにメッセージをお願いします。
It's been fantastic here so far. Please come support us. Tonight was amazing, great atmosphere. Everyone was really loud. It really helped us in the game, especially at the end. So please continue to keep supporting us. Thank you.
はい、本当に、今日もね、本当に大きな声援ありがとうございました。本当に引き続き、応援をよろしくお願いしたいと思いますので、しっかりと頑張って、これからも戦っていきますので、引き続きよろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。背番号44番フランク・カミンスキー選手でした。さあそれではね、この後 Wii 締めをしたいなと思いますが、会場内暗くなりますので、皆様ね、スマホライト、ペンライトを含めまして、明るくねしていただければなと思っております。この後間もなく会場内暗くなりますので。
So as you might expect, Frank Kaminsky saying he's still getting used to things to the point that he's looking forward to here getting something to eat. I don't know what he's eaten so far, but he's been there for a few days. But what a great adventure in his career now, 32 years of age. He's got a great college career under his belt, NBA career. He's played in Europe, played in Serbia, and now here he is in Japan, and I think he's going to try to lead the team with the cheer. This is when it gets really fun.
Each Nissan ALVARK.
Well, I can't tell you what that is, but I've got a feeling that somebody will tell me what he just said in Japanese, or what he attempted to say in Japanese. Frank Kaminsky.
選手、チームスタッフがコート内を一周して退場となります。どうぞ皆様、座席の移動を忘れず、ご自身のお席にてお見送りをお願いいたします。ご理解ご協力のほどよろしくお願いいたします。ヒーロー選手が現在書いているサインアクリルパネルは、スポーツチーム公認オークション、ファットトリックにて出品いたします。勝利品しか手に入れることができない貴重なアイテムとなっております。ぜひご参加ください。
Well, again, Shuto Ando with a great game today, 21 points, the season high for him. Ryan Rossiter coming out and corralling 14 rebounds for the team, underlying his multi-talented resume to go with his 11 points. Also had 7 assists. His terrific bounce passing, 85-39, so 8,539 fans coming into the house today to cheer on ALVARK Tokyo to a 74-67 win to snap their 4-game losing skid here in the Toyota Arena Tokyo. And again, they will be going up against Kawasaki Brave Thunders for their next game. And with Seba's size, you know, you add him to the mix, and you bring Kai Taves back, who's still bothered by injury, and this becomes a team that can rival really the best teams in the league. So that's why it was imperative to get the win today. And you look back at the highlights, and you remember that Ando had the terrific start to the game. As did Frank Kaminsky. Frank Kaminsky didn't have a great shooting day, 2 of 9, but both of them threes. Did have 4 rebounds, so there is an adjustment period. And this is Tarjewski with the dunk on the break. Shuto Ando got it going with his drives to the basket. Now that great lob from Kiefer Ravena to Tarjewski. Then you see Ando from right, near the right corner, knocking down that three. Remember, he had 5 3-pointers by halftime, 5 of 7 from deep. And Marcus Foster only had 3 points at halftime, but looked like he was about to get it going. Meanwhile, Shuto Ando definitely had it going in the first half. It was leading the team in scoring. And Seiya Ando, Yokohama were just riding his hot hand. But ultimately, they needed somebody else to step up, and just there wasn't enough of that in the game. Gary Clark did step up, help the team come back, take the lead, only for ALVARK Tokyo to battle back behind that guy, Marcus Foster. It's a great pass from Clark and a great finish by Tarzyski. Not easy at all. And then that was an amazing finish by Seiya Ando, which makes you scratching your head at how they could miss the easy ones in the second half. Clark definitely got in the flow, knocking down the three, and then getting the steal, and then scoring on the break. And it really felt like Yokohama might go on and win this game. Grabbed control of it late in the third quarter. Even during that spell, Damian Inglis making that beautiful bounce pass to Kai King. But Kaminsky and ALVARK Tokyo were able to make enough plays to come back, to take the lead. And they were able to get the basketball back to Foster, who continued to torment them. And this, I thought, was a really poor shot in that situation. Having just come into the game, just because you're in doesn't mean you have to put it up, especially early in the shot clock. That was quite possibly the best play from Damian Inglis today offensively, catching it down low. And really, if you're struggling, he should be looking for that type of shot more. Shuto Ando just lights out today. Terrific all-around effort, but especially from a scoring standpoint. 3 of 7 from deep. So that's definitely good enough when you shoot it from deep. And Baranski driving in and scoring. And Marcus Foster again with that drive. They didn't put him away. Yokohama continued to battle. They had some chances. Kai King keeping it alive, missing, but following up his miss. But in the end, they just could not get enough. Just couldn't score enough. And right there at the end, Rossiter seals the deal. So ALVARK and Yokohama, 74-67. And as you look at the final tally, looking at the shooting numbers, but also turnovers, fast break points, bench points, 29-24. That one advantage for ALVARK Tokyo down there at the bottom. Second chance points, 14-10 in favor of ALVARK Tokyo. So Seiya Ando, 25 points, 21 for Shuto Ando, 19 for Foster. In fact, the name Ando had 46 points today, but we'll have to divide it between Shuto and Seiya. And 11 points for Clark, 11 for Rossiter, 9 for Tarzyski. And back to the drawing board for Yokohama. Need to get Inglis back to his best. Shuta Ando. Russell rather with 14 rebounds and 7 assists to go with his 11 points. And Clark had 7 boards, 4 assists for Kiefer Ravena. Had a good sequence of a steal, a fast break. And Mascot is about to fall asleep, so that'll be it for him, I think. They're going to have to carry him out of here and put him to bed. Credit to that guy. He's pretty strong carrying the Mascot. So again, the schedule coming up, and you got ALVARK Tokyo that are going to be playing at Kawasaki Brave Thunders down there at the bottom. And Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, that 4th game on the left column there, will be home to Osaka Avesa. That will be this weekend. So Saturday and Sunday for both of those teams. So one final time, 74-67, ALVARK Tokyo winning over Yokohama B-CORSAIRS here in Tokyo. Thanks for watching, everybody.